Welcome to the new sound of online radio. Welcome to the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network. 'Cause you make me feel like I've been locked out of heaven. A mix of today's hits and hard-to-find favorites, combined with the most entertaining and intriguing talk anywhere. This is your sound. This is the sound of Universal Broadcasting Network at UBNradio.com.
It's time for New Wellness TV with Dr. Lee. Join your host, the accomplished Dr. Sherilyn Lee, as she welcomes the leading experts in health and well-being as they explore the advancements in natural health, physical fitness, nutrition, integrative medicine, and self-discovery.
Good day, everyone, or evening, whatever time you're watching this show. I want to say thank you so much from the bottom of my heart for tuning in, taking time out of your schedule to tune in today. We have a wonderful topic, and there's a reason for that topic, the best you. Are you the best you? That's a question for you, okay? But the best you is also the title of an expo. I have Bernardo Meyer here with me.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. He is the president and founder of the Best You Expo that's going to be here in the United States. And this is the first time. We're going to go a little bit more into that. And I am so grateful that you are here,
Thank you so much. Thank you for the opportunity. I'm very honored to be here speaking with you.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you. We've met on several occasions, and I could see why you would call this maybe the best you. But I want you to kind of tell me a little bit. We're going to go into a little bit more how people can, what made you come up with a title, the Best You Expo?
Well, I got into personal development with NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, so I learned a bit of NLP, and it gave me a set of skills, I think, which allowed me in my late 30s, and I thought I was quite smart because I've been in business for quite a few years, and I did a lot of sales courses and training courses. But it gave me a lot of clarity as far as, that we're responsible for our own thoughts and how we think and obviously how we visualize or see our future, because we all make pictures in our heads.
Oh, yes.
But the study of NLP is based on the study of excellence. How do successful people do what they do? How do people that, overcome challenges in life, how do they do it? So this isn't, my company, The Best You, isn't or has anything to do with NLP, apart from the fact that I love the foundations of that is how can one, become the best version of ourselves, and how can and am I thinking in the right way? Am I doing the right things? I think we tend to go through life and days, and we tend to lose focus on ultimately who we want to become. Mm-hmm. We have all these dreams and visions when we're small, when we're young, when we're kids. Anything and everything is possible. And the older we get, we just get stuck in our ways.
We get really stuck and forget about, when I wanted to grow up, I wanted to do this and that, and astronaut, and people forget.
They do.
Go back to the child.
Exactly. And I think kind of like, one of the things I always say is it's never too late. It's never too late.
No, it isn't.
And it's never too late to become the best version of yourself. So, we all have assets. We all have, certain things. If you're short, well, listen, you're not going to grow. You're not going to be an NBA basketball player. But there's certain things that you can do. And,
yes.
And you've got to embrace the good and the not so good things that you have. But I think ultimately we have to become the best version of ourselves.
We certainly do. And I love the title, Best You. And that's what I asked people to, and I spoke on this last night when I was being honored at the Stinking Rose restaurant, which was really wonderful. I'm so glad you were there.
It was lovely.
But knowing of my own past and then going through, and then asking people so many questions and being the best you. I love the title, and I know I keep repeating that right this minute because it's so powerful. The best you. You cannot be the best you on so many levels. So there's so many criteria of being the best you.
Absolutely. And that's something I completely believe in. I think ultimately my take on this industry world, or whatever you call it, of personal professional growth is simply education. We need to continue to learn.
Yes.
And ultimately becoming the best you means becoming the best you personally.
Yes.
So those around you benefit from that better version of yourself. Professionally, i.e. working for a company that cares, that has meaning, that takes care of the environment and the things that need addressing. So professionally and also globally, we can't hide anymore.
No.
We have to understand that with the power of simply a phone and an internet connection, we can reach anyone in the world. And one of the quotes I love, and I read once, which is that not everyone, not someone can do everything, but everyone can do something.
Yes.
And that's something that I all believe we have to do. So what I represent with my brand, with the Best You, is ultimately about making the world a better place too. The best you, a better world.
Better world. And it's the best you. If you're the best you can be, you're going to love yourself. So it goes a lot deeper. You're going to put the best foods in your body. You're going to be loving. If you're the best you wouldn't have all this crime, because that wouldn't be you if you were the best you. So, and looking at it in so many levels, and today we need more of people being the best they could be. Because when you're the best you can be, you're going to be caring and loving towards your neighbor and towards your fellow man. And we wouldn't have all of these problems that we're having in the world today if a person just took the time to go into themselves and find out who you are. Love yourself unconditionally. Really love yourself unconditionally. And to be the best that you can. So like you said, educational growth, spiritual growth, emotional growth, letting go of all that negative stuff. Because you can't be the best you if you're in a toxic relationship. You can't be the best you if you're working with a boss that you can't stand, and every day you go there and you feel sick. So you have to be very careful of your thoughts, dealing with what you've been doing for years and helping people. All kind of culminates together so that we can be the best we can be. And I still work on myself. This is my second year over at UBN, which I'm so excited. January was my anniversary month for being here. So I step out of the comfort zone, and I'm still working on myself to be the best I can as a TV host an interviewer, because that's very important to pull out for people, my field, the best, so I can find out the best of you. So what is the best of you? Tell me about you.
My best of me.
Yes.
I you know what? It's one of those things that I suppose only with years one really gets to review. Kind of, hey, what am I good for? Because my life changed several times. I believe we all have certain turning points which kind of like put us in the direction of where we want to go. For me, it was in my late 30s, early 40s. I lost everything all over again, and I had to restart. So I've been an entrepreneur for many years, very entrepreneurial all my life. But losing it all over again, and then wanting to do something differently with a bit more meaning, was a turning point. And then kind of anything that I've done, I've always given it one.
Can I just kind of have you pause when you said losing everything? Because
financially,
okay,
financially,
because I had a loss where I lost everything, cars, and because doing a
riot. For me, it was financially.
Different.
I mean, I'm very well pointed out. I mean, kind of, I had and I have an amazing, beautiful family.
Yes.
But kind of, I had to start all over again from that point of view, and it was difficult and challenging because sometimes it's scary. But what I have got to learn with time and with years is that change is good, and if you embrace change, and if you're open to change, and you see change as an opportunity to grow, so that's something that I suppose I've been good at. I've been very resilient, very strong. If I've had a bad day, I just brushed it off, got on with it. And if I've started a new project, I've given it my 100%. I've been very visual, and I've dreamt big. I believe either think big or stay home, and I think we all should think as big as possible. Why not? Again, someone else asked me, a quote, and I know a lot of people use it, but if not me, then who?
Exactly.
And if not now, then when?
Exactly.
So that's kind of the turning point that I think I had when I was going to start in this industry of personal development and become a promoter. I thought, well, what do I know? And I said, well, like everyone else, you've got to start somewhere. Yes.
Now, you were in, how many expos have you had in the UK?
We're on for our third one now. So
Okay.
we're literally doing, and this is kind of it, kind of like yourself. I keep pushing myself to bigger events in more places.
Yes.
And now I've decided to do one after the other, which is madness. So we're doing one in London on the 16th and 17th of February.
Okay.
So we're expecting anything between 6,000 to 8,000 people throughout the 2 days. Same format, 160 speakers, a couple of hundred exhibitors, a main stage with 400, 500 people auditorium. And then on the 24th and 25th of March, I'm doing the one in Long Beach. So that's my first one here.
Long Beach, California.
Yes.
Thank you. High five.
High five. Very excited
Yes.
about that.
I'm excited. I'm excited that I'm going to be one of the speakers.
We're delighted to have you
And
there.
I was so honored when you asked me, because, again, that was me stepping out of a comfort zone and doing more speaking. And being, and, you know, when you're an authentic person and you're coming from within, and that's what I started doing. I said, let me just come from within. If you come from within and be authentic, and even though you can have all the education in the background, but it's how it's delivered, you know, so that you can help other people, that I find is very important. So,
The best and most inspirational speakers are those that speak from the heart.
yes.
And you obviously speak from the heart, so people engage and listen to your every word. And that's how messages, and that's how people inspire others like you do.
Right. And I learned that about myself when someone told me, you should just tell your story. And a long time ago, I said, no one want to hear my story. And once I started telling, I said, oh, it's amazing that, you know, you go through so much and you feel, well, most people do, but it's how you overcome. You know, you don't hang on to the baggage. You don't hang on to the baggage of, you know, I've been in a coma and all these other things. You don't hold on to stuff. So once you let go and forgive, to be the best you really have to forgive. You're not going to ever be the best you if you don't forgive.
Yep.
You know, your fellow neighbors, your family, and most important, forgiving yourself. So the best you too would be like we're sitting here doing, hydrating yourself. You know, so there's so many things incorporated in the best you. With proper sleep hygiene, and we're inundated with EMFs, eating the right foods. We're doing the best you can. Not everybody can run and eat organic foods, but knowing that what you can do with the food itself, you know, if it's going to not be organic, but try as close to do organic. And so being the best you is in so many levels. So
Surrounding yourself with good, positive people, I find, you know,
Exactly.
I've never... I tend to not watch a lot of news because it's mainly negative. I tend to focus. I believe, again, what you focus on expands. So if you focus on listening to bad news, bad things are going to happen. If you think about bad things, then, you know, bad things are going to happen. If you focus on great things, good things are going to happen. One of the hashtags that I normally use, I love, is hashtag no negativity. Not interested. And anyone that's negative in my life, I'm sorry, I don't care who they are. I don't want them in there. I don't want them around.
You know, a great person years ago, I had a conversation with someone that knew her very personally, and that was, I want to say Yama said it wasn't her. It was Maya Angelou. And she said, I don't allow, one of her interviews too, I don't allow negative people in my house because it's left in the fabric, it's left in the carpet, it's left in the room. So she doesn't have negative people in her house, period. I have a tendency to pray them away,
Yeah.
you know, through prayer. I don't want negative patients. I came into 2018 and said there's certain people that are not coming with me because I don't like stress, neither. And we do all we can to help people, but we don't want to be around people that once we get into the room with them, you could just feel the stress. Just like when you walk into a room, you could feel the love.
Yeah,
It's
absolutely.
the same tension.
Absolutely.
So, and so many wonderful things have been happening. And if you really focus and keen and hone in on those wonderful, positive things, it's amazing how the world and how your life will change as well. You know, you're going to have some wonderful speakers, and I'm thankful that I'm going to be one for March 24th and 25th in Long Beach. And why did you choose Long Beach?
Well, to be honest, it was our first event here, and we were keen and obviously trying to see if we could do it in LA, but, you know, availability, and so that was there. So at the moment, that was the first one. I mean, I think from 2019, we've already got the opportunity to be in Los Angeles Convention Center. So we're going to keep it in LA. But yeah, that's where we managed to find a good location for us for year one, which is we're delighted.
Wonderful. So this is going to be an annual event.
It's going to be an annual event, probably pretty much every year around the same time, March, and we're looking at running quite a few more around the US. I mean, I'm Spanish, so my mother tongue is Spanish.
Okay.
And yo soy español para lo que me entiendan. And I intend to do a big expo for the Spanish speaking in Miami in 2019. But in this one we're doing here in in Long Beach, we actually have a room for Spanish speakers. So it's one of those small breakout rooms, which is for Spanish speakers. And one of the mainstay speakers is Ismael Cala, who has got a massive following. He's originally Cubano, and he's going to be talking in Spanish as well.
Okay, how wonderful. Will you have any sign language people?
Yes, if required, or if it's definitely recommended for certain rooms. But when anyone and everyone applies to attend the event, if there's any special requirements, we'll address them all.
So how would a person find out more about the event? They're going to find out more by watching New Wellness TV with Dr. Lee. So how would they find out more?
Well, if they go to the Best You Expo, so that's www.thebestyouexpo.com, and then there's basically the two events there at the moment, and you click on the US one, which is the Long Beach, and then that's it. You can either buy tickets; they're all very, very affordable, or you can, if you want to get involved, either speaking or exhibiting, there's opportunities. You've got to apply. And that's one of the drop-down boxes that says I want to get involved, and that's it, and we'll take care of you.
Okay.
We record every single seminar room. We have loads of. When I came up with this event, the whole idea about it was about making it an amazing experience. It's a festival of learning. That's what I call it. So all the breakout rooms are themed differently. So all the experts have a different room where they can share. Is it spiritual? Is it more financial? Is it more business? We've got a yoga meditation room, and one of the most successful rooms that we have is the Inspiration Zone. And the Inspiration Zone is a complete open space in the middle of the expo, and there we teach people how to overcome phobias, walking on glass, teach how to dance salsa, anything that they think they can't do. Come on, let's try it. Let's make it happen.
Well, I have some great people. I don't know if you have some salsa people, but my dear friend is absolutely wonderful, and she does the Brazilian dancing.
Amazing.
And I need to introduce you to my great friend Guadalupe.
Oh, I bet she's got amazing energy with that. That's what we want, great energy.
She has great energy. She does all the parades and puts on major shows. You would love her. She's amazing. Fantastic. Wonderful personality as well.
Great. Well,
so
definitely we'll know that.
Yeah. So want to pull in, as many people as I know, and people that really have a message. Really have a message, because each one teach one, I always say, so that we can grow together. Because what's happening in our world and in our nation together today, we have to find ways to pull in more positive things that we can even attend. The Best of You Expo is a great attendance expo. I have another very dear friend that puts on expos too, and I will be talking to you about Dr. Rosie Milligan, who is a phenomenal lady, who is a very dear friend of mine. So I really feel that she would be an asset to this event as well. So I'm going to, be talking to you more and more about them, and you'll be meeting them as well. But the more people we can bring in that really, can help make the world a better place and make you a better person. Not so much make you a better person. That comes from within. So you got to go within to know that. We all have had journeys, and the Best of You, it took me a while to get to that, even personally. And I'm so thankful that I'm still growing, because we never come to a place that we just arrived.
We're still projects, aren't we?
Yes, we are.
We're ongoing projects. I mean, I feel, kind of at my age, I've only started. I mean, I'm only getting started. I'm only getting warmed up. When people ask me, well, what's the plan? Well, the plan is expos all over the world. The plan is to have 1 million people logging in remotely and watching these talks around the world.
I love it.
I want to make sure that these talks are accessible to anyone. Despite of their age, if finance is a problem, so we're going to make a lot of it available for free. So, my heart's in the right place, and one of the things that I think that we really want to do differently is that I believe that anyone and everyone that starts in this industry starts with the best intentions. I have to believe that.
Yes.
But what I do see, or I have seen, is that a lot of them are. So I call it, because it's called self-development, but I feel there's a lot of people that are in it for selfish development, which means it's all about them. How much money can we make? How many people can we upsell my new program to?
Oh, yes.
And as someone that's attended those courses, I feel really bad. So I don't represent that. I don't want to represent that. I want to make sure that we provide people the tools for them to become the best version of themselves, so they can then personally, professionally, and globally make a difference and impact in the world. And how we intend to do that is so kind of one of the rooms that we've got themed in there is called The Best You, A Better World. And what we do there is we show documentaries. So we are supporting, for example, a charity around slavery, which is A21. So we're going to be showing a documentary about, and we're going to have a panel to discuss it. We're going to stream it.
Wonderful.
We're supporting the armed forces. We're supporting also,
The armed
mental health.
forces, that's really great.
Yeah, mental
Wonderful.
health, armed forces, and then awareness around global things. Global warming is a big issue for me.
Oh, my goodness,
Plastic
yes.
in the oceans, kind of all the recycling plastics and all that. We need to take action now because, it's for our kids. So that's the kind of best you world, the best you and the better world that I understand what we need, because I believe that people like yourself and other people that are speaking and exhibiting at the event, we hold the responsibility of making the world a better place.
Yes, and going green, as much
Yeah.
as we can. So we do have a green expo, but pulling all that in and having it all under one Long Beach expo, the best you. So pulling everything in together so that people can know to be the best you then extends more to the best world.
Yep.
Your best, not even the best world, starting with your home. If you're the best you're going to have the best home. You're going to be the best parent. You're going to be the best child. So it's not just you. It's also working with the children. I know I met a young lady last night. I loved her book. I'm going to have her on because I love what she's doing as far as forgiveness for children. I think that's very powerful. So I'm going to be bringing her on. But the thing is, starting with ourselves and then starting with the family. But if you don't start with you're not going to.
Yeah, and I believe in. I'm pretty straightforward as well. I can't stand hypocrisy.
No.
And hypocrisy starts. A lot of people, we're very hypocritical with ourselves, and people that judge others. We never know what anyone else has gone through. So non-judgmental. Don't be hypocritical. Please, and then listen to your internal dialogue, because a lot of the times, we tend to kind of like criticize other people when, quite rightly, as we're saying and discussing it, are you really the best version of yourself? Have you eaten the right things today? Have you done the exercise? Or are you lying to yourself? Because if you're lying to yourself and you expect different results, well, listen, it's just not going to happen. The first thing in order to move forward, to become to the best you, is being completely honest with yourself.
Yes, exactly. and I like that. And, I could just, when I met you through my dear friend, and I told her I will be mentioning her name. She's not here. Renee Piani.
Love Renee Piani.
And she is phenomenal. She worked so hard last night networking, and I would not have met you had not been for her.
She's fantastic. She
wonderful.
represents kind of, I think, what we're talking about. She's congruent in the way that she is, how loving she is, how passionate she is about what she does, like you. And I think that comes across. If you're passionate about what you do, what you believe in, it will come across and people will follow. So, I've put everything on the line many, many times, and I'm talking in business, in trying to follow an idea and a dream. And you know what? I don't know if I will hit all my targets, but I'm definitely going to try. And if I don't, I'm still going to be happy, because I want to live a life with no regrets at the end of my life.
That's wonderful. And I tell people all the time, unfortunately, when people pass, there's the year you were born and the year that you have left or have passed on. It's that dash in between. What do you do with your life with that dash in between? That dash in between is become the best you. The best you, that dash in between. I tell people I'm living my life as though I was writing my eulogy, because in the end, I don't need anyone to write my eulogy. My life will show it. And that's what I think we should do.
That's a technique actually that I encourage a lot of people to do, and you've obviously done it. I say to people all the time, okay, well, where you are right now, when I coach or work with people, I say, okay, where you are right now. Now, let's just carry on. Let's write 2 eulogies. You're going to write them. One, you continue down the same route that you're doing now, doing the same things that you're doing now, and not basically changing, taking action, or addressing the things or fulfilling the dreams that you want.
Yes.
Write that eulogy, and then write the other one where, you know what, you go wild. And you do everything that you want.
Yes.
And then write them down and see which one drives you. And that's what you want. You want something to drive you.
I like that, writing down 2 eulogies.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because some people they feel like they're stuck, and it's sad when a person feels stuck and they can't go any further, or this is it. Even in their health condition, they feel this is it for me. How do I go further? Can I make it through this? I've been given a diagnosis, almost like a death sentence. How do I go further with this? And I'm telling them, being the best you, if you accept this as a self-fulfilled prophecy, it will happen. You don't accept that as a self-fulfilled prophecy. If somebody said you have 3 months to live, 4 months to live, what do you want? Do you see yourself healing? I mean, been given a couple of them, and I have a birthday next month, so and soon to be a grandmother of 10. So
Yeah, amazing.
And I've been given dates in the past, but I said, oh no, I have 3 daughters, and one of my daughters.
They were talking to someone else, talking about someone else. Obviously, it wasn't you. You weren't taking it, were you? No.
No. One of my daughters said, Mom, you got to be really careful now because your father died at age 65 and you're 65 and he died of heart disease and you've had problems. I said, yeah, mine has been corrected. But I said, I'm not going anywhere at 65. His father lived to be 100. And I always say this a lot because it's so powerful. He had in his mind, I am going to live to be 100. And he did, in good health. What a condition. And his quality of life. So being the best of you also means being the best of you with good quality of life.
Yeah.
You have to have good quality of life. You can't be the best of you with poor quality of life.
It's a balance of many things.
Yes.
It's a balance of many things.
Yes.
I just think that kind of ultimately, what does it mean to you? In some cases you might say it might be that you're in a terrible relationship. Sometimes you might be surrounded by the negative people. It might be you're stuck in this job. It might be that you're still in a loving, fulfilling marriage, but you want more. You want something different. At the end of the day, I believe ultimate love for anyone that knows you, that's your friend, that's your family, they would want the best for you. They would.
And if they don't, then you need to love them unconditionally.
Yeah, but move on and carry on. And carry on your journey.
Yes.
It's your journey. And sometimes your journey is not understood by others, but that's fine because it's your journey.
You know what? I want you to repeat that again. And look into that camera like you're looking into that person's eyes and say that. Because there's someone right now listening to what you just said. That was so powerful.
Yeah. Well, I say this because I'm actually I was just finishing my book and it was something that came from the heart on the fact that I believe that ultimate love is what it is. It means that if you even if you are in a fulfilling, loving marriage or relationship, but you want more, you want something different, you want to go places, you want to discover the world, you want to go on your gap year, whatever it is, I think ultimately for someone who really loves you, they will let you go and they would be happy for you. And that's your life. And it has to be your life. And at the end of the day, it's down to that it's your journey and not everyone's going to understand it. And it's okay. It's absolutely fine.
I love it. I love it. I came into 2018 with that mindset. And there's some people I kind of left in 2017.
Yeah.
I love them dearly. And I want the best for them. But I know that I was always sometime suppressing some things within myself just to make sure
that they were happy.
Yeah. And I said, that isn't healthy for me.
No.
So you have to be honest and look at yourself. Really take a good look at yourself.
And it's not, and that is not you being selfish.
No.
It's not being selfish. No. It's simply you wanting the best for yourself.
Yes.
And if that's what it is, well, that's what it is.
And just really trying to let them know, or sometimes you don't have a chance to let them know, but just keep them in a place in your heart of love and want the best for them. And hopefully, they'll start changing because sometimes it takes people a long time. Sometimes people never do. But you have to pull yourself to do the best. And sometimes people lead by example. Once they see you doing this, you know what, she's still happy in spite of whatever. And the world seems like it's beating her down or him down sometimes. But look at them. They're not letting life just destroy them. They're being the best of themselves. I love that, the best of you.
And for someone, there's a lot of us who are in this business of helping others, in many
Yes.
different ways, coaches, trainers, therapists, there's also people that help others. But you know what? When I work with people, ultimately, if they don't want to become the best version of themselves,
Yes.
if they want to carry on going down that road, you can give them all the advice. in the world, and if they decide not to follow it, there's nothing you can do.
And I don't care who they are, how much money they have,
They're just going to carry on going down that route.
they're going to continue.
So I have some people, they've asked me, but I'm very careful now because I know how to speak consciously and unconsciously.
Yes.
So when someone asks me for an opinion, because normally, hey, what did you think of that? So that's something that's relatively conscious, but they're not prepared for the conscious response. So I normally say, can you repeat that? And then they ask me, what did you think of that? And I say, are you actually asking me for my honest opinion? I just need to make sure that you're actually asking me for this because I'm not sure if my honest opinion will upset you or your ego. Is that okay? Now I have their attention.
I like that. Yes.
Now I have their attention.
Yes.
But that's all they're going to get. Because if you're actually asking for my opinion, I'm going to give you my... And it's an opinion that comes with love,
Yes.
with passion,
Yes.
and belief that my words are true. But... And that, I think, is the best way. I think honesty, again, honesty with yourself and
Yes.
honesty with others
Yes.
is the only way forward.
Yes. You're a wonderful person. We could talk for hours, I know. And I'm praying that the audience, I know that you're really taking this into heart and looking at yourself. And if you are a practitioner or a speaker or have something that you want to share as a speaker, please contact, because we need people who have a voice. While you have this wonderful voice, let's use it. If you have something to say and this is what you do as well, come be part of this event, either in attendance or as a speaker or an exhibitor, because when people see people, it means a lot. And I know the place is people are going to leave. In my heart, what I felt when I met you and looked at the paperwork and the brochure and seeing that the best of you, I said, people are leaving there with a sense of fulfillment. They're leaving there with a little bit more sense of direction because they're coming in contact with like-minded people. And that's what you draw. You draw like-minded people.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like-minded people, great energy. And I believe that. You know what? Because there's nothing in a society, in a world of technology where we speak less because we WhatsApp more and we email more. These opportunities to be able to meet people face to face, there's nothing like human connection. And a lot of the times even with my team, when I don't email or call the customer, speak to them. But there's nothing like meeting someone face to face.
Yes.
And I tell you what, I have experienced this, and I'm sure there's a lot of people around the world that experience the same. You never know who you're going to meet. I'm a great believer in serendipity and things happening for a reason.
Yes.
You never know when there's going to be a quote, a message, a book, a speaker, something that's going to trigger your life automatically.
Yeah.
And this happens in these kind of events. I've experienced that.
Yeah, so have I. And I know I attended a workshop this past weekend, and I spoke to several people that had gone through the same workshop saying how it changed their lives. And on so many levels, on their spiritual level, emotional, financial. And that's what your workshop is all about, too. The expo is all about on every level. So, I'm so happy you have something there, too, for the vets, because I deal with post-traumatic stress syndrome, and I have several organizations that I'm working with, and one big female organization that I need to make sure that she know about this event. She's in San Diego. Very dear friend, last name Jones. She's absolutely wonderful, but she deals with the women's vet and what's going on there. I think she will bring a lot of flavor and a lot of insight for our women vets too. And it's women and men, but it's a lot more happened to the women as well. We had a show on the female vets who were being bullied in the military as well. So we keep everything positive. She is through it. She is my patient through post-traumatic syndrome, and she is one of the happiest people now, getting past that and leaving that behind. Certain things happen very drastically in our lives. We have episodes and things that happen in our families and our lives on a day-to-day basis, but it should be something that we learn from. I say through everything, there is a lesson and a blessing. And then there's a lesson again behind it. And then a lesson, and then still blessed. So we look at it in sections. And sometimes when we think it's something negative, it actually turned out to be a positive. So always look for the good. I have a dear friend that I travel with a lot, and She said, I've never been with anybody that everybody walking down the street or come in contact with you, give them a compliment. I said, but probably because I'm looking for the good. I don't care what else is going on with them. I'm looking for the good. Either I like your haircut,
Yeah.
or I love your beard. I love your tie. There's something that I find giving a compliment is free.
Yeah.
It usually puts a smile on that person's face.
Yeah.
We don't know what that person is going through.
Yeah, absolutely.
And the more you put out, the more it comes back to you. If you put negative out, like you said, it's going to come back negatively. You reap what you sow. So you have to be very careful what you're putting out. One day I tried something. I was driving, and I do this more than just at one time. But the first time I tried it, I was driving down the street. I had a lot going on my mind with business and working another part-time job, just a lot going on. But I said, what I'm going to do when I leave the house, every eye that I see driving, whether I look through my mirror and see that person's face, I'm sending them love. I see a person walking down the street and maybe they're limping. I'm sending them love, and whatever they're limping from, their body will be whole and healed. Whatever I saw a person, a child, I just sent this love out. When I arrived at my location, the first thing the person said, my goodness, there's just light around you. So I pushed so much light out that I didn't realize how much I came back. This is something I learned years ago. So I said, you know what, I'm going to make that a practice. So not driving down the street and, you look at this person, they look kind of strange or whatever. If it's a homeless person, pray for their protection. Pray that they have food. You never know what's going on, like you said, in that person's mind at that particular time. And just always be focused about people and things around you. And looking into a person's eyes and just, seeing what's going on. Because again, when you're having a conversation with a person and people on jobs, we never know what's going through with them. I have a patient right now that, a female, and the family said, well, you've done so much for this person to help them with their health, and they're doing a lot of things they should not be doing. Had to do with alcohol. And I said, instead of everybody getting upset about the alcohol, why don't you find out the reason why? Let's find out the reason why and show that person some love. There's obviously something this person she's going through in order to want the alcohol in the first place. So let's show more love, be there with that person, and that's very important to me for you to find out instead of turning your back on that person and, like you said, judgment.
Yep, non-judgmental.
None.
Absolutely. It's an important one. No, compliments are great and good energy. I mean, a lot of people, they say, well, he's so charismatic or she's so charismatic. And what it is simply just, just making sure that you appreciate people, you look into their eyes, you say the right things and just come in with good energy. I mean, obviously, especially you, but I'm saying a lot of people can definitely walk into a room.
Well, I wasn't always this way. I think my near-death experience, once you...
But you can feel energy. I'm saying is that you can walk into a room and you can feel someone walking in, oh my God, he's got negative energy or he's got great energy. So, and it's something that we can change, isn't it?
But you'd be more caring. You'd be more caring once you have gone through things yourself because you've kind of been there. But you could definitely feel it. The room last night was full of a lot of good energy. There was a couple little things, but you know what? It all turned around at the end of the night. So we know how to work with it. And we know how to go up and say something to that person. So you obviously yourself are the type person, you think before you speak. And so when you speak, you know where it's coming from. And basically we want to, our intent is to have purpose words given to that person so that the advice, or not so much advice, but what you're saying to them is going to make a difference in their life. Because they may hear something from you that is going to change their life for the rest of their life, like you had stated also. Change their life for the rest of life. I seen a situation with a person I didn't know. I just felt in my spirit this person was going to commit suicide. I was in a supermarket and I had a talk with this person and just start saying, what do you like to do? What makes you happy? Nothing. No joy. You didn't see any joy in that person's face. So I stopped and had a long talk with her. And the person called me years later and said, she just needed that one conversation. Family was not listening, and a stranger did. So we're put in people's lives for a certain time and period. This expo, I think, is going to be something very powerful. That's what I feel in my own spirit. The Best of You Expo. Love the title. It's going to be a lot of people giving a lot of information. We have, I know, a little bit more time, but I want you from your heart. It's not about. It is about the expo, but from your heart, what do you want each person to kind of walk away today, knowing in their heart about the people who are going to be there, the expo itself, just who you are. I had you say something a moment ago, but I really want people to come together from all walks of life for this event. And, hug heart to heart. I do a heart to heart hug, shake hands, and look into people's eyes and see the soul of that person and to see where we can go with this. Because we love together, we grow together, and make this a better world together. And that's what we really need.
Yeah, we really do. And kind of for me, the idea of this, as I said, is reaching hundreds and millions of people in the future, So we're going to make the event, for those that can't make it, can't travel, we will make it accessible for them to be able to watch it, to be, involved. But for those that are going to show up and for those that watch it, later from home, the idea is really about addressing ourselves, addressing kind of what we need to do to become the best version of ourselves. What does that mean? And I get it, that it will mean different things to different people, and that's why we will have a variety of speakers, sharing all sorts of great ideas. But ultimately, it's about creating a community of people, like-minded people that say, you know what, there's certain things that we just need to address, and what are we going to do about it? Because in a time when there's more wealth than ever, when there's more technology than ever, when there's more access to learning than ever, we have to, address the things that need addressing. And I just struggle to believe in the lack of empathy. I never thought of myself as an environmentalist. I never thought of myself as an environmentalist. I never thought myself as someone who would really care so much for social entrepreneurship. But you know what? We have to. When we look at the ways that we're destroying the world and we're allowing, companies and organizations to do that, or when we're looking at ultimately kind of things that are addressing like slavery, there's 34 million slaves around the world, and I think it's 60-70% of them are women. And you know what? Why don't we talk about it more? Because we don't see them coming in boats and chains like they used to do in the old days? Mm-hmm. Well, it still doesn't make it right.
Yes.
It can't be allowed.
No.
Especially when we've got so much technology and so much wealth. So, what do we have to do? And what we need to do is we need to create a group of a community of like-minded people that say, you know what, it's enough and it's enough. And how can we deal with it? And that's what I'm saying is, so not everyone that's going to attend the seminars or the workshops, not everyone will become an international global speaker. Not everyone will create an NGO that will drive millions of dollars towards these charities. No, but everyone can do something. Everyone can pick up the phone or do an email or support or go and help a charity. Everyone can do something.
That's what I love about
And
this.
that's what this is what I ultimately want to educate. I'm in the business of educating educators to making sure that we inspire and educate those that we're teaching to not only become the best version of themselves through whatever it is that they teach, but also to make sure that they're addressing the issues and the matters that the world have. That's my responsibility.
Oh, it's one. It's a good one, too.
Yeah, it is a great one.
And I am, like I said, so honored to be part of this movement. And I'm hoping that this won't be my first one.
No.
And there's so many people that I'm going to be introducing you to so they can be part of it. But now, how would a person find out about the event? I know we're doing the show and I'm going to be sending out a lot of information. But for a person to who is maybe homebound and they won't be able to attend, how would they be able to access?
Yeah, well, look, thebestYouExpo.com, and then I think it's sidebar.us. If you go to the event in Long Beach, there's how to get involved.
Okay.
I mean, we're looking for volunteers, so if people want to, hey, you know what, I'd love to work this weekend and help you guys out. People want to speak, people want to exhibit, people want to sponsor. But then ultimately, if you're signing up, to kind of our newsletters, I think we're giving free tickets away as well. So if you're signing up to it and you're on our database, we're going to keep you in the loop of how you too, even if you live in the other part of the planet, how you too can be involved in this event. Because we're going with technology. We're going to make the event virtual. What it means is that you're literally just rocking up to an exhibitor, engaging with the exhibitor. You're also rocking into a seminar room, technically, and you're watching that talk. So even if you weren't there at that time, you feel that you will. So that's how we're doing it. And so we're trying to make sure that...
That's very good. I don't think I've been involved with one that's done this technology. And that's going to be so powerful, considering that you're also connected with the UK as well.
That's right. We're doing this as a global summit. So we're packaging basically the Best You Expo Global Summit as the opportunity for someone to get involved. So it's 300 speakers from both countries, 350, 400 leaders, exhibitors, and yeah, I mean, wow, how amazing is it for someone that's in the US to be able to connect or engage anyone in the world or in the UK or vice versa, and it's only the beginning. It's just really exciting.
It's just only the beginning. I am so excited. And March is right around the corner.
Oh, tell me about it.
When she was telling me you were doing this in March, I said, March of what, 2019? She said, no, 2018. I said, really? So we've got some work to do.
Yes, we do. We do.
I think today I really feel that the right people are going to just show up. And that's Robbie Martyr. That's one of hers. You're going to be meeting her. Her motto is just show up.
Yeah.
Just show up. And I think a lot of people are going to be showing up for this as well.
Well, we hope so too. We hope so too. We put our hearts and souls in these things, and we work very hard. I mean, I started already 6 weeks ago because I'm doing the London one, and I'm doing this one. We started obviously with both expos quite a little while ago, but people don't really get committed till 2 or 3 months before.
Right.
But, for the last 6 weeks, I'm already working 7 days, 18 and 16 hours a day, and I'll continue to do that. So I suppose I'll sleep from the 26th to 27th of March. I'll sleep something.
Yes.
But at the moment, it's a lot of work, a lot of energy, and we put our hearts and soul in these things, and when you're giving tickets away or we're just literally charging, $20, $25 for a general admission, it isn't obviously about the money. So
Yes, I know. Yes. So this is going to be great. All the great speakers, and I'm just so excited. I almost can't stay away from looking at the screen, looking over there what Jarvis is doing, because he's pulling everything up from past events, which is wonderful. So, now you can expect to see myself there and so many other people here that are in California, which is going to be wonderful.
We've got an amazing lineup of mainstay speakers who have honoured me in attending. We've got Dave Asprey from Bulletproof Coffee, which is fantastic.
Wonderful.
We've got Mastin Kipp, who I love. I love Mastin. He's got such great energy. We've got Dean Graziosi. We've got Nia Peoples. We have Dave Metzler, Jim Quick, talking about memory and all sorts of stuff. So we've got some fantastic mainstay speakers. And then, in the breakout rooms, we've got some fantastic people like Self, Rene Piani. We have... so many great people.
Yes.
With so many different, so many amazing stories and such amazing expertise. It's just beautiful.
It's just beautiful. And I'm glad how, you, like I said again, you've culminated everything from the homeless to slavery, for everything at one event, because something at this Best of You Expo will touch everyone, somewhere in your life, your life, your children's life, your family's life. Something about this expo can touch everyone. Yeah. And are there going to be anything dealing with like nutrition and cooking?
Yes, absolutely.
Okay.
Absolutely, yeah. Nutrition, exercising, food. I mean, with Dave Asprey, the great thing is he's bringing his lab, so they're going to be doing coffee testing. We're going to be oxygen. They've got some really cool stuff that they do there in order to kind of test people's energy levels and things. But no, exercise is important. The yoga meditation. We've got some fantastic yogis coming. We're doing a sound bath, which I'd never done before. So I know. I never heard of it before.
You said sound bar?
A sound bath.
Bath. Oh.
Yeah. So I came here and when I was here in LA last time, and this friend of mine, Anka, invited me to someone. So basically what it was kind of like a meditation, but someone's playing the piano. And they were playing the most beautiful tunes, and obviously we're all meditating there. And I loved it.
Oh,
I was so relaxed. It was so cool. So we're getting him to do an opening in the mornings, playing music.
Wonderful.
And then we've got an outdoors as well. So I want to do sports. I want to see if we can play some music as well. It's just amazing.
This is going to be amazing. And I have this new machine. There's a voice analyzer that was last week's show, which analyzed your emotional, your physical, and your spiritual. It just totally analyzes everything.
That's amazing.
Which is so important about the emotions, so you can really see who you are. So I'm going to be there with that machine as
That's
well.
amazing.
Along with
that's
speaking.
fantastic.
So I
That's
will
great.
have that there, along with a cardiovascular machine that I have, so we can find out what is going on with your epithelial cells, along with your autonomic nervous system, your parasympathetic, sympathetic. This test only takes 3 minutes, so I will have that there as well.
Wow.
So all the technology that I utilize in my clinic, I'm going to bring with me, except for the CRT, I can't. But the other technology from New Wellness Healthcare, I will be bringing with me.
Well, listen, just the opportunity to come and meet you. I mean, the opportunity for people to come and meet you, because a lot of people might be listening to you 2 years, but how amazing is it to come and meet you, to see you, and see that amazing energy you have, and all this technology you're bringing.
Oh, I love it.
Just because of the sake of that, you can save someone's life, just by giving them the right advice. So that's what it's all about.
Yeah, I think what I need to incorporate with this, because part of my nonprofit is called Beauty Shop Stroke Screening. And so we can actually do the stroke screening at this event. I'll call my technicians and we'll do stroke screening.
Wow.
Because we've saved so many lives in doing this. And we do it for free under our nonprofit. So you come to the event, just a lot of things happening for $20, $25 for a ticket.
We're just going to have to make sure that we have a sufficient space over that big queue of people wanting to come and see you.
Oh, it'll be enough, because each one of these is just a tiny computer.
Amazing.
Yeah, which is wonderful.
Amazing.
Wonderful. And the information you'll receive back from the voice analysis, you'll receive a written report back in just about 12 minutes.
Wow.
The one for cardiovascular and epithelial testing, you will receive that report in 3 minutes.
Amazing.
So I can see a lot of people.
What amazing.
A lot of people.
Yeah.
I love doing this.
That's fantastic.
Yes. And I want to thank you so much from the bottom of my heart, the bottom of my soul. I just want to say this quickly. I know we're almost out of time. My daughter had written a poem, and I don't quite remember all of it, but part of it goes, she's going to kill me. It goes, I cannot always be who you want me to be. How did it go? I can't be who you want me to be. I'm going to be me, so you be you. And if you cannot accept me for who I am, then it's best that you, it wasn't like that quite, not be with me. She's going to kill me. I just chewed up her poem. But most of all, is be yourself.
Yeah.
And if a person can accept you for who you are,
And accepting
and that's
that.
what it's about. Accept me for who I am. And if you can't accept me for who I am, then obviously, I got it now. Obviously, you're not the one for me.
That's amazing. That's an amazing
Yeah.
poem. That's
Yeah,
amazing.
she wrote that when she was a teenager, and she's she could want to say 40, but she's 39.
Well, she's obviously very knowledgeable and very wise.
Yes, she is. Her master's in nutrition. I'm so proud of her.
Fantastic.
Yes, so
Well done.
I'm sorry she won't be able to be there. She's kind of too gone in her pregnancy as a nutritionist, but next year she will be there.
Amazing.
Yeah, she
Thank
is
you
an
so much.
incredible daughter. I'm happy for all of my daughters. I have 3.
3.
Yeah.
Wow.
Mhm. So, again, I want to thank you for coming. And in our parting words, please be the best you. Start with you first. That's what you have to do, is start with you first. And as I always end my show, what do I always say? Repeat after me. But take these words into you, but repeat after me. I am
I am
so grateful
so grateful
that I am
that I am
a magnet
a magnet
for miracles.
for miracles.
We'll see you March 24th and 25th at the Long Beach Convention Center. Call today and find out where you want to be positioned in this. A speaker and an attendee, you might have something you want to share as well. But please call today. We placed it on the screen, so you have a number where to call, or you can call my office and I'll get you in contact with the right people. But thank you so much for tuning in today or this evening to New Wellness TV with Dr. Lee. Have a wonderful, blessed day.
Join us every Wednesday live at 11 a.m. for New Wellness TV with Dr. Lee. Remember, healthy mind, healthy body.